Don't be fooled by the image of social media. Hello everyone and welcome back to Friendeavor. Today we're talking about the perception of friend groups and how they apply to your wants and desires for a relationship with friends. I know it's a common theme that you hear regularly on Instagram posts or adults or whoever, other people, and this is for the whole spectrum of ages, but don't be taken in or impressed or like deluded by what you see, how people live their lives on Instagram, because it's a facade. But what does that mean? Because sometimes you see people having a great time with their friends and you think to yourself, wow, I would really like that to be my friend group. I would like for my friends to do what those people are doing. Even if what they're doing is genuine and real, what they're doing might not apply to your situation, your friend group, because of how you've built it up. So, for example, whenever my friends and I have like a paint night, or we just sit around talking, or we're out at a bonfire or whatever, so say we put it on our story, people don't see the hours and the dozens and dozens of times that we've gone out and the hundreds and hundreds, probably thousands, I'm sure thousands of dollars we've spent on outings and stuff like that, just getting to know each other. Friendship is very much like dating. You do experiences together, and eventually you get comfortable enough to just be at each other's houses for hours on end and to talk about nonsense and stuff like that. You don't start off a friendship having the deep conversational talks. At least we didn't. Your situation might be different, but ours wasn't. So we went to plays, we went to dinner, we went to corn mazes, we did day trips, we went to church together, we did ministries together. All this stuff just built up to the point where we could sit around a fire on a summer night for 4 hours and just talk about life. That stuff does not come just because you want it to happen that way. You have to curate a relationship with people to get to that point. You don't just jump in. Also, you can see that with like your family. You see another family, like, oh, that family has picnics in the park. I wish our family did that. Maybe that's just not your dynamic. But then stop and think, what is your dynamic? What do you guys do? What can you do to shift the dynamic for future generations or for your current time? If it would be weird for you to go to your family and say, guys, let's have a picnic, then what can you start building upon to get to that point? Whatever you do now, and I've said this before and I'll say it again until the day I die, whatever you do now is going to affect you in the future. So if you're 25 now and you don't have the friendships that you want, unless you start building them now, you're not going to have them at 35 either. If you're 45 and you feel like life has passed you by, you don't have any friends, guess what? 50 is going to roll around and you're not going to have any friends either unless you start doing something now about it. But going back to my point of seeing stuff on Instagram or social media in general and you're just like, oh, I want that, I want that. It's a journey. I say that at the close of every video, friendship is a journey. So you got to work on it. But you also need to notice, like, why is that not a thing? So here's a prime example. I sing for my church and I love singing, and I always wanted to be in one of those friend groups that would just jam, you know? We'd bust out into harmony at different times. We'd be on the same wavelength with songs. Somebody would sit down at the piano, we'd gather around and we would just sing. Neither my friends nor my family is like that. I have one friend that if I catch her in just the right mood and it's just the right lighting and the humidity is just the right amount and the temperature is just a balmy whatever, that she'll sit down at the piano and play for me while I sing. But the stars really gotta align on that one. So I'm not at the point in my life where I could just be like, all right guys, you know, let's sing this song, let's have this unity, because that's just not how my friends are. Do I want that? Yes, but I'm not gonna ditch these friends I have now and search for what I think is the ideal friendship or whatever. And same thing for you. If your friends don't go off into sunflower fields and do photo shoots of each other, what can you do now to get to that in the future? For me, I treat it like an along for the ride experience, because I never even heard of doing photo shoots in fun sunflower fields until one of my friends told me about it, and then we hopped in the car and went. So I was along for that ride. Did I want to do it? Yeah, it was fine, but it's not something that I would actively have sought out. So you be on board for their stuff and hopefully they'll notice the pattern of what you want to expressively do as well. Interestingly enough, before we wrap up, that whole singing thing and playing all together, in the early days of our friendship, we actually did that. We would sit down and go over a song or whatever. It was still because we were in that building phase of we didn't know what, you know, the other ones were into. Now I know that they're not into it, but I still am. So it's very interesting. It's an interesting lens to, or another layer to this problem, is that early in the days of our friendship, they wanted it, or they were willing to do that stuff, but they're not so much now. Yeah, something to think about. I'm gonna give it some thought. I'll tag in with that later and see if I come up with anything. Or if you have a thought, please drop it in the comments, because I would love to know. Interesting point to be unfurled. Ultimately, just don't wish for what you don't have. Instead of take stock of what you do have and see how you can cultivate it to eventually be the journey that you want to be on, or the environment that you want to be in. If you want to be the group that goes in on a picnic, well, don't wait for your friends to pack you a picnic. Pack yourself a lunch, ask one of your friends if they want to go out for lunch, do it, and then build out from there. If you're the type of people who want to be, you know, take the pictures of the paintings, and host a paint night, and maybe invite only the people that you know are interested, and then let it build out from there. Like I said, you will be 20 with no friends and 30 with friends if you start building them now. Invest in them as you would want someone to invest in you. That is all for this week. Don't forget to check out our website, frendevor.net. The book is on there, mem cards are on there, more stuff is coming, digital downloads, stuff to just help you in this journey of life. Don't forget to like and subscribe, drop a comment if you have a thought about that situation I mentioned earlier. Friendship is a journey. It's an endeavor. I'll see you next time on Friendeavor.